This is a Danish English latest on the Middle East tensions. On February 28th, Iranian demonstrators in Copenhagen showed support for the US and Israel as military strikes in Iran intensified, triggering missile retaliation, travel disruption, internet blackouts, and widespread online misinformation. Hello and welcome to Danish-InfoNewsTv. February 28th, Iranian demonstrators in Copenhagen thank the US and Israel as conflict escalates. On February 28th, Iranian demonstrators gathered in Copenhagen in front of the American embassy to express support for the military operation against Iran's regime and to thank the United States and Israel. Waving Iranian, American, and Israeli flags and playing music, participants described the day as a celebration, even while acknowledging that war carries significant human costs. It is too early to say whether it is good or bad that Israel and the United States have attacked Iran, said Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen. She stressed that she has nothing positive to say about Iran's clerical regime, but warned that a large-scale conflict in Iran could have unforeseeable consequences. Earlier that day, Israel launched what it described as a preventative strike on Iran, reporting explosions in the capital Tehran and in several other cities including Isfahan, Qam, Karaj, Kermanshah, and Tabriz. Images showed smoke rising over Tehran. Shortly afterward, US President Donald Trump confirmed in a video on his social media platform, Truth Social, that the United States was participating in what he called a massive ongoing military operation coordinated with Israel. According to Trump, the aim was to defend the American people and prevent a very evil, radical dictatorship from threatening core US national security interests. He described the campaign as massive and sustained and said it will target Iran's naval capabilities and broader military infrastructure. Sirens sounded across Israel following the initial strikes, and Israel military officials stated that the country was preparing for a potential Iranian response. Iran later responded with missiles targeting Israel, according to the Israeli military. The escalation came despite ongoing negotiations over Iran's nuclear program. A third round of indirect talks between the United States and Iran had recently taken place in Geneva, but failed to produce the outcome Washington sought. According to DR's international correspondent Stefan Katz, the United States had demanded that Iran's clerical leadership permanently abandon any attempt to restart its nuclear program. Trump has repeatedly insisted that Iran must never obtain nuclear weapons and has framed the military operation as necessary to prevent that outcome. Iran has consistently maintained that its nuclear program is solely for peaceful purposes. Kretz notes that while previous strikes in June of 2025 focused on weakening Iran's air defenses and targeting nuclear facilities, the stated objective this time appears broader. If Trump's statements are taken at face value, the aim now is to systematically dismantle Iran's overall military capacity, including missiles installations, weapons production facilities, naval units, and other forces, and potentially to pave the way for regime change. Both Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said in separate video messages that the attacks could offer the Iranian people an opportunity to overthrow the clerical regime. Trump urged Iranians to seize the opportunity, while Netanyahu said the joint operation creates the conditions for citizens to take their destiny into their own hands. In Tehran, the atmosphere has been described as a mixture of fear, powerlessness, and cautious hope. A woman who spoke anonymously to DR recounted hearing low-flying fighter jets breaking the sound barrier followed by multiple explosions. On her way home from work, she saw heavy traffic heading west away from the capital. People are scared, but they are not sad, as this was bound to happen sooner or later, she said. While expressing fear and uncertainty, she also voiced deep frustration with the regime, describing it as like a cancer that will not go away. In her view, meaningful change would require outside intervention. The unrest in Iran has been ongoing for months. After nationwide protests erupted in the late December of 2025 over economic conditions and governance, thousands were reportedly killed. The US-based organization Human Rights Activist New Agency, HRANA, has estimated that over 7,000 people have died since the protests began on December 28th of 2025. At the end of January, EU foreign ministers decided to place Iran's Revolutionary Guard on the EU terror list. According to NetBlocks, which monitors global internet connectivity, internet access in Iran is now almost completely shut down following the attacks. Iranian authorities have previously imposed internet blackouts during periods of unrest. Impact on Danish travelers. Travel companies are closely monitoring the situation. The Danish travel company Spisereise currently has around 100 guests in and around Dubai, and many more travelers could be affected due to the attacks on Iran, according to communications manager Sophie Follenlund. The United Arab Emirates, of which Dubai is a part, has closed its airspace, and all flights to and from Dubai airport on Saturday have been cancelled. Danish travelers with layovers in Dubai or Qatar may also experience disruptions, especially those connecting to destinations such as Mauritius, the Maldives, and Sri Lanka. The travel company TUI is also closely monitoring developments and remains in contact with staff at affected destinations. TUI is offering all guests traveling to Dubai or Qatar free cancellation until March 4th, with the same option for those with layovers in these locations. Both airlines are following the Danish Ministry of Foreign Affairs travel advice. The UAE is currently classified as yellow, meaning travelers should exercise extra caution and be aware of personal safety. Spisereise advises travelers to wait before contacting the company, as all affected guests will receive an SMS with instructions on what to expect. Sophie Follenlund said that right now it is about getting an overview and contacting those who are either already traveling or are about to depart or return today. If the airspace is closed or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs advised against all non-essential travel to your destination at the time of travel, you will get your money back or be rebooked. Misinformation online. As the military escalation unfolds, misinformation has spread on social media. On X, an anonymous account claimed that Denmark had officially banned all Israeli tourists from entering the country. The post has been viewed more than 650,000 times. The claim is false. Denmark has not banned Israeli tourists. The account, which states it is based in the United States but is identified by X as being based in Pakistan, joined the platform in August of 2024, has changed its username 4 times, and has more than 19,000 followers. Several users linked to the false claim to the escalating conflict, illustrating how quickly misinformation can spread during times of crisis. Observers note that wars are often easier to start than to end. Given Iran's size, population, and military capacity, many fear that the current confrontation could develop into a prolonged and bloody conflict with far-reaching consequences for the Middle East. You've been watching Danish-InfoNewsTv. This is a fast-moving and highly complex situation with major consequences for the Middle East, Europe, and global security. We'll continue to follow developments closely and bring you verified updates and balanced reporting. For more independent international coverage, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Danish-InfoNewsTv, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our upcoming reports.